So a production possibility curve is that curve which shows all possible combinations, okay, of two goods that can be produced by making full use of given resources and technology of it in an economy. So it is between two goods, okay, it is not taken all goods combined, it is between two goods, one will be on the x axis, one will be on the y axis, okay, and it will show all the possible uh, combinations that the two can have, that when we are using complete technology what is available to us and we are making efficient use of all the factors of production, that means there is no other combination left which can increase the production, right? The economy is working at maximum output level at that time, okay. Now imagine we are discussing about, say, guns and bread, okay. So this curve is going to show you all the possible combinations of guns and bread. For example, the first combination it is going to show, say, 10 guns are produced and no bread is cooked, okay. So the first point comes at y axis, 10 guns and no bread. Then the second point will be, maybe you reduce the production to 9 guns, so maybe when you reduce the production to 9 guns you can produce one more bread, okay. Then you reduce the production to 8 guns, so maybe you can increase it to 3 breads, right? I'll tell you why from 1 it has become 3, okay. Then again you reduce your uh, production of guns to 7 guns, so maybe you can now produce 6 bread, okay. So different combination of both the commodities which will tell you and the resources are working at their maximum, okay, no more production is possible.
Good
This is
afternoon, ma'am.
known as, good afternoon Ved, you are very late today.
Ma'am, there's some connectivity issue, ma'am. And I
Okay,
couldn't connect to the meeting.
okay. So this will show you all the possible combinations of both the commodities, and since it's a two-dimensional thing, a graph is a 2D thing, you can take only two commodities on it. So one commodity you take on the x-axis, other you take on the y-axis, right? Now there are two three things which you have to see on a production possibility curve. First thing is, when you increase the production of one commodity, because you're using all the resources that are available to you, the production of another commodity, which is in which you are combining with it, will automatically reduce, right? Just now I gave you an example. When you were producing the entire resources, you use whatever are at your disposal with efficient labor, skill and capital, you could produce 10 guns. At that time you cannot produce any bread because you're diverting all the resources to guns, okay. Now when you reduce the production of gun, bring it to 9, you can produce bread. So when you increase the production of one commodity, the production of another commodity has to come down, right? Is it clear to you? Because you are using all the available resources with you, right? So you cannot have more resources, that was the maximum limit. So if you increase production of one, the other production has to come down, right? And this term, this production by which the other one comes down, is known as opportunity cost for that product, okay. That means when you are increasing among the two goods, when you are increasing the production of one, by what amount the production of other good comes down is known as the opportunity cost for that product. Is it clear? Opportunity cost is clear to all of you? I have already told you an increase in production reduces the other, different combination the production possibility curve is going to show you. Yes.
Now what do you mean product? Ma'am, in production.
What is?
An increase in ma'am, the second point.
Yes, an increase in production of one reduces the other. I explained to you just now. If you increase the production of bread from 1 unit to 2 unit to 3, you have to bring down the production of guns. Okay, it is not possible that production of gun remains at 8 only, 8 units, and you keep on increasing the production of bread. If one production increases, the other has to come down. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
right? And the production on this curves means full utilization of resources with the given technology. Here we are assuming that your technology does not change, because if technology changes, if you can have better technology, you can use the same amount of resources to produce more. Okay, so when you are studying about production possibility curve, it is for the current situation where your production your technology does not change. So this is the assumption of production possibility curve, that technology does not change. Now I am giving you an example how the production possibility curve is made, is drawn. Okay, and I will give you an example in your worksheet also, so you can draw. Everybody knows how to draw a graph. Okay, now look at the production possibility combinations that have been given you. Okay, see, this is the production possibility of two goods, cloth and wheat. Okay, so they have given, all of you can see the cursor, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So this, see, A, B, there are different given. Okay, so at point A, when cloth is given in 1000 meter, when cloth is 0, that means there is no production of cloth happening. The wheat that can be produced in 1000 quintals is 15. Okay, just now you just leave this last one, marginal opportunity, this I will teach you afterwards. Okay, just now we are learning how to draw a PP curve. Okay, production possibility curve. So see, come here. On the y-axis, here, can you see the graph, all of you? On the y-axis, we have taken wheat, and on the x-axis, we have taken cloth. Okay, so when wheat is 0, your wheat is 15, your cloth is 0. Okay, so that means come this side, x-axis is your cloth is 0, and wheat is 15. So can you see the point on y-axis? The first point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, here your wheat is 15. Okay, and your cloth is 0. So you are on the y-axis, there is no production of cloth happening. Second point, B. At B, your cloth has increased to 1. Okay, 1000 meters. So your wheat decreased to 14. So you get your B point. Yeah, can you see? See, the wheat has decreased to 14. So your cloth has come to 1. Have you understood how to plot a graph?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Let's
ma'am.
see the C1. At C, your cloth production has increased now to 2. And your wheat production has come down to 12. Okay.
12.
Right? So you can see it here. See, wheat is 12. Wheat is 12 and cloth is 2. So now you get your C point. Then D point. D point is where your cloth is 3
9.
meters in 1000,
Yes.
and the production of wheat has come down to 9. Can you
9.
see it? Here.
Yes, ma'am.
And the last point you get as F, when your cloth is 5. When the cloth is 5, you cannot produce any wheat, because all the resources that you had in your economy are now sent towards production of cloth. Okay, so at F point, your cloth, when is maximum capacity is used, you can make only 5000 meters of cloth. At that time you cannot produce any wheat, because all resources are diverted towards cloth. Okay, this PP curve is clear how you have drawn the PP curve?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any problems in drawing the PP curve?
No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
all of you can draw. This is just simple graph. Okay, now what do you see when you look at the production possibility curve? First is that it has a positive slope. Yes. Okay, second thing that you see is when you increase the production of one, the production of other commodity decreases. It does not happen that you increase the production of one, the other commodity production either remains the same or it increases with it. It will decrease with it. Okay, why it will decrease? Because we are having production at efficient production. That means all the resources that we have are working at their complete potential. Okay, is it clear to all of you? That is why when you increase the production of one commodity, the other will automatically come down. Okay, it is something like okay, Neha, no problem, ma'am. Okay, it is something like you have 100 rupees, okay, and you want to buy uh, crackers for yourself and chocolate for yourself. Okay, so in that 100 rupees, what all combinations can you have of cracker and chocolate? It is that. This is that production possibility curve. Understood? Initially, if a chocolate is 10 rupees per chocolate, so with 100 rupees you can buy 10 chocolates. Yes, you can buy or not. I cannot see all of
Yes,
you
ma'am.
without
Yes, ma'am.
videos. So if there is not a problem with connectivity, please switch on your videos. Okay. So with 100 rupees, you buy 10 chocolate. But at this time, because you have 100 rupees with you, you cannot buy any cracker. Can you buy? No. So
No.
your first point is 10 chocolates and 0 cracker. Now you buy 1 cracker. Okay. Cracker is also, say it is for 5 rupees. Okay. So now you buy 1 cracker for 5 rupees. Okay. You cannot buy 1 cracker for 5 rupees because 5 rupees will be less. So you say 2 crackers. So you have spent 10 rupees there. You are left with 90 rupees only. So how many chocolates can you buy now? How many chocolates can you buy with 90 rupees? 9 chocolates.
9 chocolates.
Yes, so your next point comes as 9 chocolates and 2 crackers. Right? Now again you want to increase your cracker. You want to buy more crackers. Right? So you say, no, I want to buy 4 crackers now. So when you increase cracker, your chocolate will again come down. Yes, now you will be able to buy only 8 chocolates. Yes, so this production possibility frontier or production possibility curve is like this only. It tells you the combination between two goods, and when you increase the output for one good, you will have to reduce the output for another commodity. Okay, because all your resources are working at their maximum efficiency. You cannot increase the productivity without reducing one. Clear to all of you? Right? Now the second thing that you see in this curve is it is concave. Can you see the slope of this curve?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, it is concave. You know, you have learned concave and convex lenses in
Yes, ma'am.
8th. Yes, so
Yes,
it has
ma'am.
got a concave curve, right? Now why is it concave? It is concave because it is said, I had told you what is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is that when you increase the production of one, by what amount the production of other reduces becomes the opportunity cost for the good. Opportunity cost means you have lost the opportunity to produce that good. Yes, so opportunity cost is this concave curve is based on the opportunity curve, right? Now why it is, what the economists say is all the resources that we use are not suitable to produce any one commodity. They are suitable to produce different commodities, right? The resources that we have here, we are talking about wheat and cloth. Okay, if we employ all the resources in producing wheat, it can happen that some of the resources can be better utilized in creating cloth rather than in using it for wheat. Is this point clear to you? The same way humans, all of us are not equal. Our efficiency levels differ, right? I am good at teaching, but I am not good at drawing. Okay, so if I am put into drawing, my efficiency decreases there. Yes or no? Yes, what I can produce or what I can teach in 40 minutes, I cannot draw that much. Maybe I can draw only 2 or 3 lines in 40 minutes. So my efficiency has decreased there. I am better suited for teaching rather than drawing. Yes or no? Have you understood this concept?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Give me a thumbs up
Yes,
if you have understood the concept. Okay. So the same way it is in for economy also. All the resources that we are using may not be suitable for the production of everything. So when we are producing everything, putting everything in the production of wheat, right? It is possible that some of the resources, they are better utilized in producing cotton than than in wheat. That is why when you decrease the production of wheat and you are increasing the production of cloth, the decrease is, see yahan par, when you decrease from 15 to 14, it was this much decrease only, right? But when you came from 14 to 12, this much gap, can you see the yellow dot moving? This
Yes, ma'am.
working only. Okay, this area has increased. It isn't it? That means with the same amount of resources that you have reduced and diverted toward cloth, it was better suited to produce cloth, because cloth production has increased by more degrees. Have you understood this concept? If you further go down, you have decreased it more. The cloth production has increased by more degree. This triangle that sorry, this rectangle that you are seeing, this is a bigger rectangle, right? That means when you were producing only wheat, all the resources were not suited to produce only wheat. So when you started diverting it towards cloth, it was a better. Yes, Ved.
Ma'am, how do you calculate how many degrees you have to move it down?
That calculation actually happens when you are learning at larger scale, when you know you big, more than this no factor of production can produce. You have technology as constant, you can, these values that you take out na, it is at maximum efficiency, you can take out. When you know, see,
Okay, ma'am.
technological advancement cannot happen, this is the maximum which you can produce. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
so this is worked out. Economy works on the PPF curve only. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now the PPF curve is clear to you. It is clear to you why it is concave, and opportunity cost is clear to you. Now we will move ahead to the characteristics of PPF curve. Okay, I think I have already told you. Okay. Opportunity cost, I have told you, there is cost involved, more of one good in the amount of the other good that has been sacrificed. So this is known as the opportunity cost for that commodity. Okay. Now, when you see the production possibility frontier, right, the curve that we had, the concave curve that we had, on that curve, all the points that lie on that curve are the points where maximum usage or efficient usage of resources is happening. Okay, below that curve, if your economy is functioning below that curve, that means it is not utilizing all its resources properly. Okay, and above that curve is not possible, because that is the level, that curve is the level till where the economy can function using everything to its maximum efficiency. So above that it is not possible, and below that the economy is not efficiently producing. That means it can work more, it can use its resources more efficiently to increase the production. Clear? Clear, or is there anything which is not clear? Now we will we will see the central problems that we have studied in relation to the production possibility frontier. Opportunity cost I have taught you. Assumptions, I have already told you the assumptions that we take in a production possibility curve. What did we say? First I said there will be no change in technology. Okay, the technology will be constant. Second is the amount of productive resources are fixed, because if we manage to increase our resources, then production can increase. Okay, so the amount of productive resources are fixed. There is no change in technology. All the productive resources are fully employed. Okay, that means they are working at their maximum efficiency. And the fourth thing which is connected to the opportunity cost is all resources are not equally efficient. On transfer, there is decrease in efficiency resulting in increase in cost of production. This are clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. So now what are the characteristics of a PP curve, right? The first one is, I have told you, it slopes downwards towards the right. Why it slopes downward? It will come downwards because economy has to forego some quantity of one commodity so that it can have more of other. It cannot happen that both of them can increase together if the economy is working at efficiency. Okay, this I have shown you with an example also. Okay, so when you look at the curves, have you drawn these curves in your notebook? You will be drawing it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I
Okay.
taken a screenshot. Ma'am, I'll draw it.
Okay. So you will be drawing this curve in your notebook. So if you see, oh, this is taking too much long now. If you see the curve, when you move from point B to C, right? You cannot have a point B, a movement from B to C wherein you have increased the production of cloth. You cannot have it that you can retain the same production of wheat, or you can increase the production of wheat. One increases, the other will definitely decrease. Okay, is it clear to you? Then
Yes, ma'am.
it is concave to the point of origin. This is related to the opportunity cost. I have already taught you this because marginal opportunity cost increases. That means with every unit of one commodity that you are decreasing, the production of one commodity, with every unit, the other commodity which you are increases by a larger amount. Okay. This means that the resources that we were using for the production of one commodity are better suited to the production of another commodity. Okay. Second is, resources are not equally efficient. And third is, we have drawn resources more suited to wheat than cloth. This I have already explained to you, right? That because we were using those resources also which were better suited for cloth production rather than wheat production, when we start shifting towards cloth, this opportunity cost also increases, right? Okay. Now we'll start with how these central problems can be tackled with the help of a production possibility curve. Okay. So the first, what is the first economic problem that we have? What to produce and how much to produce.
To prep.
Yes. So I've already told you this production possibility curve. This production possibility curve that you see, right? A, B, C, D, E, F point. These points are your maximum efficiency point, right? And each point tells you the combination of cloth and wheat that you can produce. If you produce below these, that means if you are producing, say, at K point, all of you can see this K point? Children, all of you can see this K point?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So if you are producing below this K point, what will happen? This means you are not efficiently using all your resources. So you have to increase their efficiency. You have to maximum utilize it so that either from K you can go to C, or from K you can move to D. Only when you come on these points will your efficient utilization takes place, right? So this answers your question, what to produce and how much to produce. To come on this PP curve, right? These are the combinations given to you at efficient production. So you have to reach. So what to produce and how much to produce is given by this curve, yes or no? Children, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So production, this answers this question, what to produce and how much to produce. The PP curve will tell you. Okay. Second question, what is the second question? How to produce? Yes, how to
Yes,
produce?
ma'am.
How to produce is also answered by this production possibility curve. How? The same thing. If you are producing inside the curve, that is at K point, you are not using the entire resources, whatever resources are given to you at their maximum efficiency. So if you are using old technology, then you will be producing inside the curve. This means you have to change your technology, use new technology so that you can move from K to C or D, or anywhere on this curve, right? So this means inside the curve you are using old technology. So how to produce is answered here. Better your technology, use better technology so that you can increase the efficiency. Understood? Clear how to produce?
Yes.
Yes. Now the last is for whom to produce. Okay. Now for
Yes.
whom to produce is also answered here. It will give you all the combinations, right? Suppose instead of wheat and cloth, we take good X and good Y as luxury, and Y is luxury good and X is apna necessities. Okay. So if you are working at point A, this means what you are producing more at
Ma'am,
point
luxury
A.
goods, luxury
Yes,
goods.
because you had taken Y axis as luxury goods.
Luxury goods.
So you are producing maximum of luxury goods and you are not producing anything of necessity.
Necessity.
Is it possible in the economy? You have
No,
to
ma'am.
seek social welfare, right? That means
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
working only for the rich people and your economy is not working for the poor people, right? If you come to the extreme condition, that is F, at that time what happens? You are producing maximum of necessities
Necessity.
and nothing of luxuries, right? So you have to adjust yourself between somewhere,
And
right?
balance it.
Balance it on the curve itself, ki this much of luxury and this much of necessities. Okay, that will be a decision taken by the government if it is a mixed economy, okay, or even if it is a socialist economy,
Okay.
right?
ma'am.
So if more luxury is produced, more for rich will be produced and less for the poor will be there. Okay. So shift resources from luxury to necessary. Okay. So you can decide from the PP curve where you have to shift. Okay. Any point below the production possibility curve indicates the problem of unemployment and inefficiency in the economy. I have already told you at point K or any point you take inside the PP curve, right? It will tell you that there is inefficiency in the economy. If the economy works at complete efficiency, then it should be on the PP curve. Okay. So remember this point. That is why I have highlighted it, that inside the PP curve, it tells you the problem of unemployment and inefficiency in the economy. Any point above the PP curve highlights the problem of scarcity. That means if you are above the PP curve, above the PP curve means where? Outside the curve.
Outside.
Here outside the curve. Here outside the curve means you cannot reach this point. Can you reach this point? Right? Why you cannot reach this point? Tell me why you cannot reach this
Ma'am,
point.
because if you reach that one, the scarcity of materials.
Yes, you do not have that much of
Material.
material to reach
Yes, ma'am.
point
That point.
beyond the PP curve. So beyond the PP curve, it tells you the problem of scarcity. Inside the PP curve, it tells you the problem of unemployment and inefficiency. Okay. So your production possibility curve is clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you explain the production possibility curve?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am going to ask you questions now. Melvin,
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
we have finished the chapter and we are left with around 2 or 3 minutes. So let's just wrap up the session. Melvin, what does the production possibility curve tell you?
Ma'am, the production possibility curve tells us how whom to produce, how much to. Ma'am, it covers all of these three things. Because of this curve, we are able to see that how much we can produce, ma'am, to the.
How much you can produce at maximum efficiently using all the resources efficiently.
Ma'am, basically it tells us the fall and increase in utilization of resources.
Between two commodities.
Yes.
It's a two-dimensional, right? So it will
Yes.
always be between two commodities, right? Any commodity, good X and good Y, right? So it will tell you the possible combinations you can produce for the commodities when your economy is at its efficiency, right? Maximum efficiency. Further than this, you cannot produce. Okay. So a point that is below the production possibility curve, what will it tell you, Neha?
Ma'am, she disconnected.
Is disconnected. Okay, Ria. Ria, a point inside the production possibility curve, that is below the production possibility curve, what is it going to tell you?
Ma'am, she also got disconnected.
She disconnected. Shivam, Ved, Shivam, Melvin, 3 people only left.
Ma'am,
Time is
unemployment.
Yes, it is going to tell you unemployment levels in the economy, and one more thing, see, I have written it here only, and inefficiency. If your point is inside the production possibility curve, that means your economy is not at its efficiency. Okay, it can increase its production, right? And if the point is outside the production possibility curve,
Ma'am, it can't go on.
Scarcity. Ma'am,
it
scarcity.
shows scarcity,
Scarcity
right?
of
You
resources.
have utilized all your resources, you cannot go beyond it. Okay,
Beyond.
now is it possible, it is not in your course, but still just for the this thing, since you will study it next year, is it possible that you can go beyond the production possibility curve?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it's not possible.
If
Because you'll have scarcity.
Because we have used all of the resources.
Yes, ma'am.
but we learned that there are actual resources and potential resources. If we have technological advancement and we can use those potential resources, we can increase our production,